Good to see everybody out here tonight. It's good to see so many new faces. Welcome to everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Donnie Diori. I'm the CEO and founder of Ready Network. I always like to start every meeting by thanking everybody for taking time out of their busy lives and busy schedules to come on out here and hear what we have going on at Ready Network. So again, thank you guys so much for coming out. I just want to give you a little background, a little philosophy on who Ready Network is, what we're doing here, kind of what we're all about. We basically have created with Ready Network your one-stop shop for your camping, hiking, prepping, survival, emergency preparedness, outdoor adventure, gear. We've created a business model through network marketing or MLM or direct selling, whatever you want to call it, for a single purpose of being able to get our products out and create a network of like-minded people who all have the same gear, who all have the same mindset, who, everybody kind of knows, what's going on, and if there's ever a natural disaster, you have a group of people that you can rely on. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important because when the lights go out, you want to know that you've got reliable gear that's going to be able to get you through the storm. You want to know that you have a way and an ability to be able to communicate, not just with, the weather, for like with NOAA, for emergency services, but also be able to communicate with neighbors, family members, and friends that you'll be able to connect with in an emergency situation. So that's kind of what we're doing here. This is why we chose that network marketing business model, because to me it was the easiest way to create this network of people, not just in our communities, not just in our state, but all across the country. So, and the reason why I wanted to create a network like this, because I was thinking, okay, so if there's any kind of a major crisis, and I'm here in Florida, and one of my family members is somewhere on the other side of the state, how can I communicate with that person and coordinate with them to either get back home or be able to help them through this situation? Well, we've come up with a solution for that, and we've included it in our Elite Ready backpack. So we've curated not just some of the best survival gear available on the market today, but we've also putting together this network of folks that we can rely on in an emergency situation. So there's no other company out there doing what Ready Network is doing. There are tons of companies out there that sell products. Now, we could have been one of those companies also, and I tell you, that would have been a much easier business model, right? We create a bunch of gear, we put up a bunch of cool websites, and we just go out there and market the heck out of all of this stuff online and in magazines and on TV and radio, and we just sell a bunch of stuff. That would have been easy. But that wouldn't have accomplished what we were trying to accomplish. Putting together that group of individuals, those folks that we can rely on in an emergency situation. Right? When the lights go out, what's the first thing that you do? Well, you want to know what's going on out there. So you want to be able to communicate with the weather and the local emergency stations. If you don't have some kind of NOAA radio or something like that, you just have to wait until the storm is over and then kind of open up the window and look around and see what's going on. Okay? We're talking about hurricanes, here especially, or any other kind of natural disaster around the country. Why not just reach into your Elite Ready backpack, pull out your two-way ham radio, turn it on, because it's already got the built-in NOAA weather radio in there. Right? You can always keep track of what's going on through the storm as it's happening in real time. Then the next morning, when all the power lines are down and all the communication is down and the cell phones are down and the phones aren't working, well, you now have the training and the knowledge and the know-how and the ability to use your two-way ham radio to communicate with family members, with neighbors, with other Ready partners in your area to put together a plan to start coordinating and make sure everybody's okay. So, we've kind of thought this whole thing through, and this is what we're trying to create here with Ready Network. And I think we're doing a great job because we're already in over 40 states and some 200 cities, and I think it was like 44 or 45 states, and over 200 cities already where we have ready partners that are starting to put together these groups. We've got a great group going here in Florida, and we're expanding out all across the country. So tonight what we're going to kind of talk about is we're going to talk about our incredible products, and we're going to talk a little bit about the business opportunity that is attached to that. Now normally we have a PowerPoint presentation, but I didn't cue it up tonight, so we're just going to kind of go through it verbally, and I'll try to do it as quickly and as interestingly as possible. Our lead product, we've got several different divisions in this company, and as we go through them you'll see all the different divisions that we have. The first one is our Elite Ready Backpack, or what I like to call our gear. Anybody who's had a chance to come, kind of check out this table, well, everything that's on this table is in the Elite Ready Backpack. The Elite Ready Backpack is the #1 bug out bag or evacuation pack or emergency kit on the market today. There is not another bug out bag out there that is better than the Elite Ready Backpack. Now, why is that? Does everybody know what a bug out bag is? Right? It's an evacuation pack. That's basically what it is. Okay? It's just an industry term or slang for evacuation pack, or you could bug in with it too. So it's a survival pack. Okay? Now, what makes ours so much more unique than all the other ones that are out there is we don't design it to last 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. Ours is designed to last indefinitely. With all the gear that it comes with, you've got the ability to, well, none of our products require batteries. Let's start there. Now, why is that important? Well, 1, batteries run out, okay? 2, batteries are heavy. And 3, if, anybody try to go to get batteries the day after the storm, right? They're just not available. Okay, so all of the equipment in our Elite Ready Backpacks is solar powered or rechargeable. So it lasts over and over and over and over again. A lot of our equipment that we use is some of the best technology out there, so you get long lasting, like our power bank lantern, for example. Okay? This is a piece of equipment that if you just use the flashlight part of it, I mean, this thing will last you days before you have to recharge it. Okay? If you use the lantern part of it to light up your house or your tent or wherever you're at, this is going to last, days before it goes dead. Okay? It also has, emergency flasher. It's actually got, it's got 2 light settings. It's got a dim and a bright, and then of course the emergency flasher. Has a battery, a magnet on the bottom. So you can put it on, like if you get into changing your flat tire at night, you can stick it on the trunk. It has a lot of different uses. It also doubles as a power bank. So you just open it up and you can plug your other equipment into it. You can plug in your cell phone, your computers, so many other equipment that comes with it, and recharge it using your lantern. Now, the best part is you can take this piece of equipment and then recharge it with your solar folding charger that comes with it, and then recharge this back up, and then again use this to charge your other items, or so on and so on. But you can use them indefinitely without ever having to lug around heavy batteries and worry about your batteries running out. You've got your 2-way ham radio you can charge with your solar panel. You've got your power bank lantern. You've got solar powered flashlights. You have multiple ways to purify water. You've got multiple ways to start fires. You've got hatchet and knife combo. You've got a tent. You've got a sleeping bag, hand chainsaws, extractor kits, a real first aid kit. Okay, not one of those cheesy little plastic first aid kits. You've got a real first aid kit. This thing folds out and has all kinds of equipment in it. So, it's a real first aid kit. It's a true survival pack. It's got slingshots, it's got extractor kits. I can go on and on. Everything's right down to zip ties, duct tape, playing cards with, survival tips on them. The #1 bug out bag in the world. Okay? If you go to Cabela's Bass Pro Shop, you can duplicate this pack by doing it yourself. A lot of people say, oh, I just, I do it myself. I go online, I go to Amazon, I go to Bass Pro, I go wherever. Well, we did all that. okay? We ran around and we did the comparisons. If you went to Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, even Amazon, you're gonna spend between $1,000 and $1,500 to duplicate it. The equipment that we make, because we make all the gear ourselves, everything that we sell here is made by Prep Store, which is our sister company, makes all of the gear for us. Our quality is as good or better than what you're gonna find from those guys. When you become a member of Ready Network, it's only $499.95 for the Elite Ready backpack. Other packs like this online sell for $2,000 to $3,000. Okay, the only one that we found that comes close to the Elite Ready backpack, I'm not going to say the name of the company, but they're a pretty popular company. They sell it for almost $5,000, and it still doesn't have everything in it that the Elite Ready backpack has in it. So the #1 emergency kit available on the market. Now, we've taken it to a whole new level because we said, that's great. You buy all this equipment, you got this gear, you got this awesome survival pack, right? You throw it in the garage, and it sits there. This is what you do with almost all the other ones you buy online, the 48-hour ones, the 24-hour ones. You even got some celebrities now putting out these survival packs. You buy them, you throw them in the garage, they sit there, you never touch them again unless there's an emergency. Now, we all hope there's never an emergency, but if there is, you have it. I would much rather know that I've got the #1 survival pack in the world than just some random one with a celebrity's name on it. Here's the difference between ours. Okay, anybody here like to go outdoors, camping, hiking, hunting, you know, that kind of stuff? Okay, me too. Now, I know that I can take my Elite Ready backpack and go out on a camping trip with it and know that I've got the #1 camping and hiking backpack in the country. I can hike out into the woods or wherever I'm going, and I've got my entire campsite in one backpack. A backpack that only weighs 28 pounds, less than 30 pounds. So this is great if you're hiking or camping with it, but it's also great for an emergency kit because it's light to grab and go or to move around the house. I can get out to my campsite, lay out my entire campsite. I've got my tent, I've got my sleeping bag, I've got my ability to start fires, I've got my ability to purify water, I've got rope, I've got everything I need to have a great outdoor adventure with my friends and my family. When I'm done, I can pack it all up, take it home, hang it in the garage, put it in the trunk of the car, knowing I've got the #1 emergency kit in the world sitting there. Only $499. Incredible price. So that's kind of one section. Our next division is our food division. Okay? You've all heard of Mountain House and Wives and Patriots and all these guys that sell all these different products. From what I understand, they're actually all the same product, just with a different label on it. We actually make our own Prep Store Pantry. Okay? Now, why is that so important that we make our own product? Well, let's start with, we know where every piece of food comes from that goes into this pack. We try to use only non-GMO ingredients and as many organic ingredients as possible when we make our food. We make our food so it tastes good, right? A lot of people say, well, it's emergency food, I'm camping, no big deal, I can rough it. Yeah, well, you know what? I still want the food to taste good when I'm eating it. So all these recipes are our recipes. Okay, we've created these recipes, and we made them so they taste good. And I think most of the folks here that are Ready Parts have already tried them, right? They taste pretty good, don't they? I eat them on a regular basis now, which is, I work late, I go home. It's faster to make this than it is to make oatmeal in the morning. Okay, 10 minutes, I've got a hot meal. Next part of that equation is, I want it to be good for me, right? If you look at the ingredients in some of these other, products that I mentioned, they're not very good for you. Okay? Sure, you'll eat them if it's that or, nothing else. You're going to starve to death. But sure, you'll eat the other ones. But why not have emergency food for yourself and your family that tastes good and is actually good for you? This particular one, it's got 14 grams of protein per serving. Another thing is our packets, we call them 2 servings per packet, okay? The exact same packet in some of these other companies says 4 servings per packet on it, okay? And all prices are about the same, or in some cases they're less than these other companies. Good for you, they taste good. We watch every ingredient so we know where everything comes from. So when you're putting together an emergency plan for yourself, you're thinking, okay, I've got to have gear, I want to have all the survival gear, got to have survival food, right? Putting that together. We also have a nutritional line of products. Our Cafe Utopia is our lead product in our nutritional line. Now, we call this our survival coffee, and I could literally spend the next hour talking about why this is our survival coffee. It helps transform your life in so many different ways in the health and nutrition side of your life. Now, we list several things on here, and again, this is a product that we make. This is our formula, okay? There's other companies out there that do similar things, but they can't hold a candle to Cafe Utopia. And again, how many people here have used Cafe Utopia and have had a positive result? I mean, just look around the room, it's ridiculous, okay? We now have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who use Cafe Utopia on a monthly basis all across the country, and we get people calling in almost daily now, calling us, emailing us, stopping by the office, and just saying, wow, what an amazing product. Now, from all different reasons. Some of them it's helping them with health issues. Some folks it's helping them with sleep issues. Other people it's helping them with weight loss issues. Some people call me up and say, hey, I stopped drinking Red Bull, I stopped drinking Monsters, and I stopped drinking 5-hour energies, and I drink the Cafe Utopia when I go to school, and and I cram for college exams and stuff, and it's unbelievable. Not only am I not sleepy, but I've got focus, and I remember the stuff, the materials. Okay, we've got other folks who use it for workout, for pre-workout. I mean, it is an incredible product. I'm not going to really go through all the ingredients. If you guys, anybody wants to talk about this afterwards, we can spend as much time as you like. We can get you a sample to try it before you go. Just get with any of the folks here using it, and believe me, they'll be happy to tell you all about it. This is an incredible product. I like it because I'm not a big coffee drinker, okay? When I drink a cup of coffee, it speeds me out. So I've created this formula so it kind of, helps reduce that feeling. It gives me the focus and the clarity and the energy I need all day long to basically run this company. And I run 2 other companies other than this company also. So imagine how much stuff I have coming at me on a daily basis. So when I drink the Cafe Utopia, it keeps me focused, it gives me energy all day long, it allows me to multitask in a way that I would never be able to do without it. It's completely healthy for your body. Every ingredient that is in that bag is either naturally occurring in your body or comes from a plant. It's an incredible product, so please take a look at it. We're going to be rolling out a whole bunch more nutritional products designed around that same theory. We also have a precious metals division, right? Does anybody understand why precious metals are important if you're thinking about emergency preparedness? A lot of people go to me and say, what does precious metals have to do with survival and emergency preparedness? I tell them, well, if you have to ask, then you really should sit down and start learning what precious metals really are. Okay, it's not an investment. I mean, it is an investment, okay? But it's something that every person should be seriously considering, especially where we are in the global scale of things now, okay? Every central bank in the world right now is buying precious metals faster than they can get their hands on it. Okay, so if that doesn't tell you something, okay, if they're doing it for a reason. So when you become a member of Ready Network, we give you your own private wholesale bullion website where you can buy at cost precious metals, gold and silver at cost. Now, what does that mean? Well, an ounce of silver is an ounce of silver is an ounce of silver. Okay, it weighs 1 troy ounce, and they set the price, let's just call it $15, okay? Well, that's the spot price. When you go to your local coin dealer or you get online, you go to one of these online dealers, they charge you some premium above that 15 bucks. Sometimes it's $1, sometimes it's $10, sometimes it's more. When you buy from Ready Network, you're getting at cost. Okay, we buy our precious metals from the same people that all these other Monexes and Lear and Capitals and all these other companies buy from. They'll buy from the same people. The only difference is it's not a profit center for Ready Network. It's a perk for being a member. You get to buy from your own private encrypted website at cost. And then of course there is our solar division, which we're kind of unveiling tonight. We have a full line of solar products that we are starting to launch. We actually are developing many different aspects of our solar division. We have a full line of handheld solar devices, solar fans, solar flashlights, solar lanterns, solar bag lights, solar showers. What else? You guys think of anything else?
Chargers.
Solar chargers.
Fan.
I said the fan. Anyway, we're creating a whole line. We want to have the largest line of handheld solar devices out there. We've got a half a dozen products in R&D right now, and we've got 2 or 3 other handheld solar devices that are actually in production right now as we speak. So we want to have the largest line of handheld solar devices out of any company. Our next line of products are our backup power. Why is having backup power so important? Which is kind of a silly question here, but I know you're live streaming, so if you live in other parts of the country, maybe you don't realize why having backup power is so important. Anybody here been through a hurricane before? Yeah, I mean, you know, put your hands up, I know, everybody in the room. It's not fun, right? When the lights go out, you immediately get sick, okay? Because you know, no air conditioning, no ice, no cold beer, no ice cream, right? Until FPL gets out there and gets the power back up and running. And the longest I've ever been stuck with no power was when I lived down in Fort Lauderdale, was for about 14, 15 days, okay? Now, first couple of days is great, right? The hurricane party starts, everybody's outside grilling, and you know, the ice is still available, so the beer is still cold. But then after a few days, it starts to become a pain in the neck. And all the generators turn on, right? All those loud generators that drive you insane, and all the fumes, and you start hearing horror stories about people who, you know, get hurt and different things. That, you know, some people even lose their lives from the gas generators. You know, it's not good. In fact, they just passed a law here in Palm Beach County now that says you're only allowed to store, I think 10 or 15 gallons of gas in your home now. Anything above that, I don't know if it's 10 or 15, but
15.
Is it 15? So you can only store 15, and they did that for a reason. People were burning their houses down because they were storing, you know, 50, 100 gallons of gasoline with these cans all stacked up in their garage. It's dangerous. You know, it's dangerous. Why is that? Because they don't want to run out, right? Because what happens when the lights go out, power goes out? Well, so do the gas pumps. So you can't go get any more gas. Why not have a solar backup power system where you can use it over and over and over again? You plug it in before the storm comes. This way it's fully charged. And then after the storm passes, you can take your solar panels outside, plug them in, and recharge your unit and use them over and over and over again. Plug in your window AC, plug in your refrigerator, right? You got medical devices. Incredible piece of equipment. I would have loved to have had one of these when I was going through my 15-day experience. I finally did go buy a gas generator after about a week. The Home Depot finally opened and got a shipment in. I had to wait online for about 4 hours to get the generator. Then I had to wait online for another 4 hours to get 2 gas cans. By the time I got up there, they had it down to 1 gas can. Okay. Then I had to go get online to get gas for another 4 hours, and I only had 1 can. So you know how that went. I got home, filled up the generator, and headed right back to the line to fill up again. Yeah. So it was not a good experience. Okay, then of course, next year, we had another hurricane, I went out there and pulled the cord, and it didn't start, so, you know. With these, you don't have to worry about that, okay? You plug it in, you turn it on, they're all running right now. In fact, they've been running since before you guys got here, right? This is about as loud as they get, okay? So maybe when one of the fans kicks on, it gets a little bit louder, but no fumes, okay? No spark plugs, no oil, no loud noises. You can sit it right at the foot of your bed, plug in your AC, plug in your TV, have your DVD player going, a couple of lights on, sleep good through the night, get up in the morning, go out, plug in the refrigerator, right? You see where we're going with this? In fact, they even make a, I don't know what it's called, some kind of like a transfer box. Maybe one of you guys, electrician or somebody would know what it's called, where you can actually connect it right to your breaker, okay, your circuit breakers, and you can assign, kitchen, master bedroom, and then you can plug the generator, sit it in the garage, then plug it into that, turn off your main power, and then plug it into that, plug it into the generator, and it'll charge those rooms. You just plug your stuff right into the outlets, just like you would normally. Now, I wouldn't have like, if you have an electric stove, I wouldn't have that plugged in. If you have like, a dryer, electric hot water heater, things like that would work. But the lights, refrigerator, yeah. So it's an incredible piece of equipment. Now we're introducing a couple of new ones tonight. The RG200, okay? The fan actually kicked on. It's the first time I've actually heard the fan running on it. So this is a cool little unit. I like this one a lot. It's a 200-watt generator. It has 3 USBs on it. I like it because you can put it anywhere. It reminds me of the old, what are those big square batteries?
9 volt?
No, 9 volts are the little ones. Anyway, those big square batteries, remember the flashlights that you had with the big square battery? Reminds me of one of those. So it's got a couple of really bright LED lights on it. So immediately when the power goes out, first thing you do is you grab this, you turn the lights on, you're moving around the house, you're getting your gear, you're getting everything ready. They're great to keep in the car, in your RV, in your camper. I don't want to shine with everybody and blind them. But the cool thing is it's got a couple of plugs on the back too. So immediately you can plug it in your cell phone, you can plug it in your laptop. You want to get this, string of lights going. You want to get a fan on. Great piece of equipment. I had one of those big box fans plugged into it, and it ran it for like 3-4 hours. Okay, so it was even lasted longer than I thought it would. I figured I'd get a good hour or so out of it, but it lasted almost the whole day. So I mean, not the whole day, but enough where you would never plug one of those big box fans into it, but you could if you wanted to. It's got a couple of different charging ports on here. So just a cool little piece of equipment. These are going to be available on the website. We literally just got these in. These are the prototypes. These will be up on the website probably in the next, I'd say, probably by the end of next week, the latest. So these will be available with pricing and everything. Super cool. Now the next one is our RG1500. So this is a 1500 watt generator. This is actually our second version of it. The first one version of it didn't pass our sniff test, so we redesigned it. And this is just a super cool unit. 1500 watts. You can plug your refrigerator into it. In fact, we plugged the refrigerator here in the kitchen into it, and it ran it for, I think it was 2 days, and it still had power on it, so we unplugged it. Okay? 1500 watts. This is great. It's small. It's lightweight. You can throw it in your car, throw it in your truck, your camper, your RV. Keep it in the closet. Again, computers, fans, lights, TVs. A lot you can do with 1500 watt. Got a couple of plugs in the back. Nice piece of equipment right there. And again, we'll have pricing and be available on the websites. Now, you guys already know the RG200. 2,000 watt generator. Okay, Great piece of equipment, surges up to 4,000 watts, and these do as well. Surges up to 3,000 watts, surges up to 4,000. The RG3000, okay, which is our beast. I mean, you can plug your air conditioner into this thing. Rick did I don't know if you guys have seen the YouTube video that Rick did. He plugged his, was it 5,000 BTU?
Yeah, it was actually 5,200, just a little over 5,000.
So a little over 5,000 BTU window AC. Ran it, you know, basically full blast. What was it, 74 degrees?
I had it set at 74 and it ran for 11 hours.
Right, okay, see? So that's about as loud as they get. Can you guys hear that in the back? What would you rather have, that going in your house or one of those gas generators? Okay? It's actually this one that just kicked in. Surges up to 6,000 watts. You can get a lot of power on that. Okay? And this is the RG3000 high power version. This is the new unit, this is the prototype. This is the same as this, 3,000 watt, surges to 6,000, only it has double the battery life, if you will. Okay, so it will last a lot longer than this one will. Some people say double, some people say longer, some people say a little bit less, but truly amazing piece of machinery. I don't consider these luxury items, okay? If you live in Florida, live anywhere along the East Coast, the Gulf Coast, you live in California, okay? Has anybody heard what they're broadcasting out there, the warnings that they're putting out in California? They're saying that, listen, folks, expect to have rolling blackouts this year, okay? Expect to go up to a week without power. Make sure that you're prepared for that. Make sure this is what they're telling the residents of California. Whatever the issues may be with the grid or whatever. And you guys can Google it. Don't take my word for it. Google it. And we've already had several folks from California. I know Mr. Mike Huey, you're working with one of those gentlemen, who called up and ordered a generator already. And he says, I'm going to talk to all my, he didn't even know that there was a BizOp connected to it. He's like, I'm going to call and talk to all my friends and neighbors about it and let them know.
Has to do with the winds knocking down power lines and starting fires. That's why
Is that what it is?
That's why the Pacific Gas and Electric got lost $1 billion in a lawsuit. It was because their lines started with fires.
Winds knocking down power lines, starting fires, costing billions of dollars. They're going to turn off the power. That's their solution. Okay, the winds pick up, we're turning the power off. You guys need to have backup power. That's what they're telling everybody out in California. Anybody here know anybody who lives in California? A couple of people, right? You might want to give them a holler and say, hey guys, before you go out and spend all kinds of cash on a gas generator that you're not going to be able to get gas for because they're not going to have power either, buy one of these solar backup ones. Plus it's California, so they're into that, green friendly, right? They'd rather not burn fossil fuels if they don't have to. You're not gonna get any more efficient than this. Okay? You buy it once, you never have to refuel it again. Amazing piece of equipment. The business opportunity that is attached to Ready Network is probably one of the best compensation plans out there in the market. Soon to be, in my personal opinion, the best compensation plan available in the market. Now, why do I say that? Well, we've set this compensation plan up so if you're looking to create a home-based business, if you're looking to start building residual income, start creating long-term wealth for yourself and your family, we've put a compensation plan together that can achieve that, okay? Now, I don't care if you're just looking to work part-time, 10, 12 hours a week, and you're looking to make an extra $1,000 a month, no problem. You can do that very easily with Ready Network, okay? Hey, you sell one RG3000 and you make $400 commission, okay? So it's not gonna take you long to get to $1,000 a month. You sell one Elite Ready backpack, $100 commission. So it doesn't take you long to earn that extra $1,000 a month. Now, if like a lot of the folks who are here today, you want to do more than that, you want to make $4,000 or $5,000 a month, no problem. Unlike a lot of other compensation plans, we don't cap our compensation plan. So if you want to be the next $1 million earner in network marketing, no problem. You can do that with this compensation plan. We have put a series of bonuses into this compensation plan that will allow you to make $100,000 a month or more, if you choose to. If you decide that you want to put the effort in that it takes to start a home-based business and make that kind of income, you can potentially do that with this compensation plan. Now, of course, when you join a company like Ready Network, just like you join any other business, you're not buying a network marketing lottery ticket. So your income is directly affected by your work. If you want to build a successful home-based business, we give you the tools. I've never seen any other network marketing company since I've been in this business that offers you the support that you get here with Ready Network, okay? I guarantee you, if anybody in this room called up Mike Huey and asked him to come out and talk to one of their people, he'd show up. If anybody in this room called Mr. Dirk and said, hey, I have a question on how this works, he'd be happy to answer you. Even if you're not in this group, he doesn't care. If you called up Rick or Denise, okay? If you called up anybody, any of our Ready partners, Melinda and Steve, right? Although Steve told me, hung up on me the other day. But if you call any of our Ready partners, they'll be happy to help. They'll show up, they'll come over, they'll talk to your people. It is amazing. We have this beautiful facility here available to anybody for any time. Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. You want to show up with anybody, you show them around. If I'm here, I'll be happy to come out and talk. I've never seen so much support in a company. We are redoing our infrastructure here on a corporate level. We're redoing our Monday and Thursday calls. We're redoing our online training. So we're going to put all these tools out there that are going to be just incredible to help you guys build your organizations. We have a line of bonuses, okay, that when you start to rank advance through our compensation, they start at $50,000. Can you imagine that? Selling some emergency gear, right? Helping people be prepared, potentially saving some lives in the future, because I 100% believe that our gear will save some lives in the future. There's no doubt in my mind. Just from the small footprint that we've made already, we've had people call us up and say, hey, you know what, the power went out, and I was able to use my ReadyGen, and it was a blizzard. I wouldn't have been able to use my heating blanket. I wouldn't have been able to stay in my home if it wasn't for my ReadyGen. I had to evacuate my house because the policeman knocked on the door and said, there's a fire coming, you gotta get out. This is a true story. You have to get out. Completely unprepared. And he's like, no, you have to leave right now. No, I'm coming back in 5 minutes. Grabbed the kids, grabbed the dog, grabbed their Ready Pack. They were out the door. They had to spend the night in a shelter. They had their two-way ham radio. They had their sleeping bag. They had lights. They had at least some creature comforts that nobody else had. It made their experience a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable. Incredible gear, incredible products. The next bonus after the $50,000 is $150,000. And then it's $250,000. And then my two favorite parts of our bonus is we have one that is it $400,000? $450,000 in silver bullion coins. And then our top bonus in the company is $1 million in gold bullion coins. $1 million, folks. I don't know where else you can go, unless I guess if you maybe buy a lottery ticket and win the lottery, where you can start today, right now, start introducing people you know to these incredible products. I can tell you right now, there were 6 million people last year who were without power in Florida. 6 million people who had to evacuate their homes 2 years ago. You can find a couple of people who are looking for some backup power, who need to have some emergency gear. Okay? Camping and hiking. It's the #1 industry in the country for employment. It employs the most people. It's like a $5 billion industry. Emergency preparedness is the fastest growing industry in the world. Ready Network is the only company that is getting out in front of this trend. Nobody else is doing what we're doing. Nobody else is certainly giving you guys the opportunity to get out in front of this and to create your own home-based business. A little bit of effort can generate a lot of income. Has that potential with this compensation plan. That's our presentation for tonight. Thank you guys all so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Please stick around. Ask us any questions that you may have. That's what we're here for. Finish off the donuts, have some coffee, get some Cafe Utopia samples. Get with the person who thought enough of you to take the time out of their busy lives and their busy schedule to, explain to you how the whole thing works. And that's it. Thank you guys so much. If you guys have compensation plan questions, be happy to answer them. God bless you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I appreciate it.